Hey everyone, it's BoardGameCo and welcome to another video. This one is a little bit of an update to my feud with Quackalope because, well, we got plans. We definitely got plans. But before we do that, here are the rules for this video. It's pretty simple, really. If you laugh once this video, you have to subscribe down below. If you laugh twice, you have to subscribe to me and Quackalope. Okay, it's pretty simple. You know, it's a binding contract at this point. You've watched this far. You haven't left the video just yet. So that's a binding contract. Laugh once, subscribe to me. Laugh twice, subscribe to Quackalope. And by the way, tell us in the comments down below when you laughed and why you laughed and all those things. Because I'm going to do my best to make you laugh. But I'm only going to try twice, to be clear. So I'm not going to try multiple times. I'm going to try twice. If I get them in, great. If I don't, it is what it is. Now, if you don't know about my little feud with Quackalope, I fired the first shot. I did my Massive Darkness video, and I did a push for subscribers, both on my channel and his, trying to take credit for all his sub growth and whatnot, because I thought it was funny, and I fired the first shot, and it turns out that was a mistake, because apparently he brings the big guns. Because then he fired the next shot. He did an update video on a giant giveaway he's doing. Every 500 subscribers gets a new sub. When he hits 14,500 subscribers, he's doing a Massive Darkness 2 Heavenfall giveaway. That's a great thing, and he's just shy. He's a few hundred shy of that by now. And when he hits 16,000 subs, he's giving away Kingdom Death Monster, which is insane. And what did he do for all this? What did he do? He sat there and told people to go to my video and leave quacks on my video. There are 5,000 quacks on my video. I am someone who tries to reply to every single comment. I have quack, quack, quack. I'm absolutely swimming with quacks on my video. It's unbelievable what that man did. Do you know what it's like to be drowning in ducks? Do you know what it's like? Because I know what it's like to be drowning in ducks. I certainly do. These things are everywhere. They are absolutely everywhere. It's absolutely insane. And so, by the way, that's one. If you laughed at that, you can subscribe down below because it's right there. The button's there. You watched, binding contract. You know the drill. But anyways, so I'm going to come back, but I have to change the pattern because you can't just escalate with competing giveaways. I mean, the only winner there is you guys, and our wallets will not be happy. So I will slightly match the giveaway to a degree. I'll escalate it a little bit, but not past what he did. And what I'm going to do there is the Massive Darkness giveaway was previously going to be, if I get to 10,000 subscribers by the time Massive Darkness 2 ends, we do a Heavenfall 2 giveaway, and a Massive Darkness 2 Heavenfall giveaway. And I'm going to slightly escalate that, because when Massive Darkness 2 ends, for every 500 subscribers above 10,000 we have, I'll add in a Massive Darkness optional buy. You've been eyeing those, 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse and you just don't like that price tag? Well, if we hit 10,500, I can do that. And for every additional 500, I'll unlock another optional buy that I will cover along with my giveaway. And if we hit 12.5 before the end of the campaign, I'll do an all-in pledge instead. That'll be an all-in pledge level. Now, don't get me wrong. I recognize that's ambitious. But there are 17,000 people backing Massive Darkness right now, and I sure bet that at least one of them would love to get an all-in pledge for free. So if you want to escalate that giveaway, share this video with whoever you want, because if we hit 12.5, that will be an all-in pledge instead. And again, even if we don't hit 12.5, still going to be an extra optional buy every 500. That's one. Additionally, I'm going to change the contest a bit. Not because I'm terrified of not being able to win. That's not it at all. Not in the slightest. I'm definitely not terrified of that. But I will adjust this a bit. And I'm going to do a bit of a Patreon push. And there's timestamps down below in case you want to skip this. But what I'm going to do is a little different. If you subscribe to my Patreon at $5 or more, and we'll cover why, you'll get an autographed duck. Just pick a duck, pick a message. Maybe you want a monster duck. Maybe you want a regular duck. I have a whole bunch of these. We got unicorn ducks. We have Viking ducks. We have, what else do we have here? We have more dinosaur ducks. We have night ducks. And then best of all, my personal favorite, we have a reindeer. Why a reindeer, you ask? Because Quackalope ducks aren't actually a thing. And the closest thing I could find to a duck with horns was this little guy right here. And by the way, if Jesse's watching this video right now, he is killing himself with the fact that he hasn't discovered these yet. He wishes he had these. Okay, Jesse, you can subscribe to my Patreon too, by the way. But both Quackalope and I have Patreons, and that's because, Quackalope is trying to do this full-time. He's trying to be in the space full-time, and that's hard. That means you need to have a living wage to actually make that work. And myself, I'm trying to eventually move to full-time in this. I love this hobby. I love this YouTube thing. It's been an absolute blast. But right now, it's really just about equipment and covering my expenses because forget my time, which I don't get me wrong, I do want to be paid for my time at some point in some way. But like just today, I dropped a lot of money on upgraded equipment because of all the lighting issues we have and whatnot. And yeah, I have a Patreon. It does help. So if you subscribe at the $5 tier or above to my Patreon, you get a signed duck. Additionally, if you subscribe to Quackalope at the $5 tier or above, you get a signed duck from him too. The same duck. We're just going to both sign it. We're going to sign the duck together, whatever you want. I will note, I'll have to figure out this Quackalope one because this one's kind of hard to see any text on. We'll figure that out. But you pick the message, you pick the person, you pick the whatever. For existing Patreons to my Patreon, you get them too. Just ask for it and you'll get it because I'm not going to penalize someone for having supported me already. And additionally, you don't have to stay at the $5 tier. You can drop down to $2. You can even cancel if you want. This is really just about, at the very least, making sure I'm covering my cost of buying this thing and shipping it. So that would be fun. So that's my push. You can ask for dinosaurs, knights, Vikings, unicorns, dragons, reindeer, the Quackalopes, and regular assorted ducks, which are basically just a bunch of superheroes and roles and stuff like that. And that's what I'm doing. So if you want to support the channel and you want to get a fun little duck for yourself, a reminder, a little testimonial of the war, the feud with Quackalope, this is your chance to be a part of YouTube history. I'm being super dramatic here because it's fun. But anyways, that's that. And I'll do another thing as well. There's going to be one more kind of announcement / giveaway, which is Quackalope and I, when we're not fighting, we did do a podcast together called The Weekly Quack. And that thing right now, it's getting a few hundred downloads, which is nice. But the first time it gets 1,000 downloads, the first episode of The Weekly Quack that gets 1,000 downloads, I'm going to give away an in-stream copy of Quacks of Quedlinburg plus the Herb Witches expansion. Both of those. And I'll give it away to one of the commenters on that podcast. Just comment on the link on the podcast and you'll get it. Do you know how many comments we have right now on the current one? 3. Your chances are pretty good for the first one. And again, when it hits 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to do it again. A commenter on the podcast will get an in-stream Quacks of Quedlinburg plus Herb Witches, previous commenters who've won disqualified. And again, a third time, and a fourth time, and a fifth time. For 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 downloads, each time you hit one of those milestones, I'll give away a copy of Quacks of Quedlinburg, just because it's appropriate, really. I think it's appropriate. Remember how I told you you're going to laugh twice this video? Remember I told you you're going to laugh twice? And that's 2. You can subscribe down below.